Hello you guys, it's me, Natalie. Last week was so crazy in the best way. I posted my deformity and why I removed my implant video. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. I received an overwhelming amount of feedback and love and support, and you guys shared your stories. And I just wanted to say a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you who listened to my story, who shared my story. I have no doubt in my heart that we are creating a little bit of an impact here and there. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm gonna link that video right at the top. You should go check it out. This video today that I'm posting is a very, very special one. It's raw, it's honest, it's so pure. It was the first time I saw my breasts right after explanting my implants. For all of you guys that have asked me so many questions, I just wanted you to know that at the end of this video, I'm gonna be answering all of those questions. If you're interested in breast implants, in an explant, in just like body image, insecurities, my love life, all of that will be at the very end. And I'm also doing a separate video with my husband because a lot of you were really curious, like what was the husband's perspective on all of this, on this procedure, on removing my implants, on what he thought about me. And so I think that's gonna be a really interesting video. It's gonna be over on Natalie and Dennis Show, our vlog channel. And whatever, without further ado, this is the video that, again, it's very vulnerable to me. I've been having really fun just kind of opening up with you guys. If you like these types of videos, please be sure to give it a thumbs up so that I know to do more. If you're not subscribed to this family, be sure you subscribe. And yeah, let's get on into this video. Skin is very greasy, like Dennis likes to say. I say omega.
Greasy, oily.
Which is never this, and I haven't added anything, so it's nice and lubricated. And that's about it. Tomorrow we get the cast out. Right?
Cast?
The cast, my bad. Tomorrow we get this all
wrapping
off.
Thing.
And we get to see the beauties.
The best.
That's it. I'm really nervous.
All going to settle in a couple hours. Okay. You are swollen, that is.
Can you lift your arms up?
Oh my god, I can't. Wait, hold on. I need a little bit, just a little bit time. Okay.
You look great.
It looks a little different than what it was
Before?
Yeah, it looks like here it looks very actually maybe not. I don't remember.
You don't have to compare. Just is what you are now. Ready? I mean, if you think about it, you're already seeing the shape.
Yeah.
It's just the areola.
I know, I'm scared about the areola. Is it like very, like...
Well, you'll see. You just had surgery. It's not gonna look immaculate, you know, like from before.
Okay. I'm scared.
Relax. Let me see. I have to kind of reach on again.
I can do this tiny.
Does this hurt? Me pulling the stickers? Or the band-aids? I'm trying not to hurt you.
No.
Nothing. You. Life goes on.
I'm not sad. They're fine.
You should be happy.
I feel guilty
No.
for doing this. Oh, it's not that bad.
It's not bad at all. I'm sorry if this hurts.
It doesn't hurt.
Look how nice.
It's really not that bad.
Don't touch it too much.
Okay. But what about that?
So this is the drain. No.
Oh.
That's from where the drain was. It's on the side.
Got it.
See a little dot, kind of like a bloody dot,
Uh-huh.
and then that's your boob.
And when do you get to take it off?
We can take it off right now too. It just takes time. I'm going from one side to the other.
I just don't want to feel like guilty, you know, of like doing this to myself. Like that's kind of how I feel.
What do you mean by guilty?
Like I feel guilty that I made myself go through this.
The first time, the implant or the explant?
Everything.
Oh, the sun's down there. Like,
Yeah.
you can't dwindle on that.
You're right. What's this black mark under here?
It's a tape.
Okay.
What black mark are you showing me?
Oh, this is just from the tape, right? It's not stretch
Those are
marks?
from markings. Those look like pen.
Okay. Are these stretch marks or are these
No, that's from the tape.
Okay.
You don't have any.
Okay.
I don't see any stretch marks. Well, great. Do you want to take that off there? I can take the drain off first.
What? How do you take the drain off?
Then just take the thing.
Okay. Just slowly, okay?
Yeah.
Can we take that off?
Yeah, for sure. You can't shower with this on.
Okay.
Just like a little hole.
Oh god, that's nasty.
That's it. No, it's not. Now it's your body. It's all good. You're lucky I don't get queasy with these kinds of things.
You're.
I'm all good with it.
I'm queasy.
You have a little bruise. That's normal.
Oh my god.
You did great. Want to stay like that for a little bit? Just,
Yeah.
wow. Nelly in her new body. Comfortable, confident. Going into interviews. Nothing less than 1 million bitches.
They're not that bad.
They were never supposed to be
I
bad.
thought they were gonna like be a little droopy though.
No, they look fine.
I think the skin will definitely
100%.
latch on.
Yes, it will.
But I mean, I never had anything up here. It's just weird because my implants
We're up there. Yeah.
were so high
Yeah.
that it's like, you know, this is what a normal breast looks like. They feel so heavy though. I don't know why.
You know, that's surprising because, okay, well, let me tell you something. So even when you had the implants, the implants were heavy, but they kind of stuck them to your body. Whereas now they're a little bit more out.
Ooh, these feel heavy. Triple D is this guy.
Triple C's.
Yeah.
But understand that you're at your little low point, right? You're not showered, you feel like pretty, you know.
Yeah.
It's like nice and fixed up. You have a bunch of blood on you. Like, you know, take it for what it's worth. Plus you're bloated.
Absolutely.
Or, I mean, if you just want to stay like that for a bit.
Yeah, I think I have to like take this in.
I'll let you be here by yourself for a little while.
Okay, tiny.
Tell me you want to come in.
I feel like they look bigger.
They actually do, but I never saw them before, so they probably also have a lot of fluid inside.
I think so. Yeah, they're definitely gonna go down a little, I think. Moms that do like that mommy makeover, that must be very traumatizing.
What is a mommy makeover?
Like where they do everything. And do you remember there used to be a show where people would like get paid and to not look at themselves for a month and they were having a bunch of surgeries?
Yeah.
And then they would see themselves at the end of the month and their whole family was like, oh my god, you look amazing. A lot of people suffer from depression after that because it was too much. They jiggle.
Don't overexert yourself.
I know. If I had gotten the breast lift, where would they be?
Don't know if you know.
I feel like they look pretty normal. Handsome.
Yeah.
I took it off.
Okay. How do you feel?
Feel good.
Can I see?
Yeah. This side looks a little.
Just kidding.
This side looks a little.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's because of the.
But why is it not closed right?
It is. You probably tighten it like nice and tight. When the thingies dissolve or whatever, it'll be fine.
They're gonna look well.
I think they look super perfect. I love Natalie. Stressing over nothing. I think you look really good. Let me know when you're ready to shower, okay? I figured you would do that.
What?
Take it off. You can't.
I couldn't resist. So now for the Q&A portion of this video. From what I've seen, it has really touched a lot of your hearts, and so I decided, you know, I think it'd be important to answer some of your questions. So I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me anything you want, and so these are some of the questions. I'll also leave timestamps down below in case you guys are interested. One of the biggest questions that I got, which is a now question, is, are you okay? How do you feel now? So, like I kind of stated in the video, but obviously I didn't get that deep into, I am doing absolutely amazing. It has been over 4 months now, honestly. I totally miscalculated, but I got my surgery in February, and it's been almost 4 months since my surgery. I have been working out like crazy, just like having so much energy that I really truly didn't have. Currently doing some blood work to see how my thyroid is and all that stuff. Overall, I've been feeling amazing, and in terms of confidence and stuff, I've never felt better. I know it's kind of hard to believe. Even myself, like I was so nervous for the aftermath of the surgery. I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a lot psychologically and just like mentally, how I'm going to physically be seeing myself, how I'm going to start carrying myself, how am I going to feel when I've had, you know, these implants in me for 5 years. And I know it's a very physical thing, but it was a very emotional thing too. You know, I expressed in the video that breasts to me, they symbolize femininity, sexuality, and really love for oneself. And so that was what I was really fearful of not having, and I have been really strong. I think a big part of it is I've had a really great group of people around me, my family, my husband, God, and I have never felt better. Was I bullied at school for my breasts? Now, that I can really pinpoint like a specific time, no, I was never really bullied over my breasts. I just knew I had like small breasts. 34A cup. Like me wanting the surgery and getting breast implants didn't stem from that. It stemmed from, you know, me feeling inadequate when I looked in the mirror, or just like not liking what I saw. Later to find out that it was because I had a deformity and whatnot, but no, I was never bullied in school. Now, somebody asked me, is it the same for butt implants? So this comes from the book, The Truth About Breast Implants. If you guys want to check it out, I'm gonna link it down below. In the book, it said any kind of silicone, shell, penile, chin, cheek, calf, buttocks, implants, or mesh sling can cause the same types of problems. Again, silicone has over 40 toxic chemicals. Like I explained in the video, the implant and whatever it is that you have inside your body doesn't necessarily need to break or rupture for it to be causing you these symptoms. I personally explanted these intact implants, and I was feeling all of those symptoms as well. Hundreds of women have also explanted intact implants and have still felt all of these adverse effects. If you guys have ever seen The Bleeding Edge on Netflix, highly recommend. Honestly, I feel like that's such an eye-opening documentary for women, especially when it comes to birth control things that women use. And I also had gotten a comment on my Instagram about a birth implant called Assure and how they had complications. I definitely feel like this is going to be a bigger conversation for all types of medical devices. I also received a lot of questions on like what happened, you know, what was the worst side effect of the implants? How were the implants poisoning you? And the biggest thing I can say to that is I literally did a complete video on that subject. Everything in my body, neurologically, psychologically, and just my entire body function. But I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's a very in-depth, informative video all about just like breast implants and really the hazards that they can cause to your body. How did you feel when you first got the surgery? So this was 5 years ago when I got my breast implants, and you know, it's crazy, but I remember looking into the mirror and I was like, oh my God. Intuition in me was like, I regret this. Like, this was the worst thing ever. Just like instantly right after surgery. Usually you're really high on like anesthesia and things that make you kind of depressed. So I think it could have been a little mix of everything. My particular case, because of my deformity, my breast implants never really settled fully. I always felt like my implants were like all the way up here at my chest, which didn't make it very comfortable. It didn't make it comfortable to sleep in. It didn't make it comfortable to exercise. I really truly could not lay on my chest without feeling uncomfortable. And that's also for women that their implants have settled. I've heard a lot of women say that as well. It was really great in the sense that, you know, I could fit into my clothes in a different way that I had never before. But later down the line, once I got all these side effects and all of these things, I was like, ain't nothing worth it. Like, I got to get these out of my body. So I got a lot of questions about my doctor, about the process of the surgery, how much it was. And so I'm going to go into all of that right now. My doctor was Dr. Chung in Newport Beach, California. I decided to go to him because he's a microsurgeon, which is something that's super important to look into when you are getting a breast explant. Getting your breast implants in is way easier than getting them out, because when you get them out, you have like this capsule of skin that needs to really be removed in order for you to feel fully healed. Only a microsurgeon can really do that. And so what I would recommend is to go on the Facebook page Breast Implant Healing by Nicole, and then go on the page and check out all of the surgeons that they recommend. As far as like affiliations with me and him, absolutely none whatsoever. So if you decide to go to him, like, I don't get anything out of it. I just feel like it is important for me to state who I went to, because there are a lot of surgeons that, you know, will try to say, yes, I can do a proper end block capsulectomy, which is the proper way to remove an implant, and really they don't. That is another thing. Make sure that the doctor takes a picture of what they removed out of your body, because that's really the only last piece of evidence that you have, whether or not, you know, the explant was done properly. There's just been horror stories, so I would highly recommend you to go to someone that has had a long line of patients who highly recommend them. And in my personal case, you know, I think Dr. Chung was really professional in the sense that he really understood my personal breast shape. Typically with an explant, you tend to have a scar that goes, I think it's like this big under both of your breasts. But in my case, he couldn't go under the breast fold because he didn't really know where it would be. And he also said that I had a high chance of losing skin on the left side of my breast because there would not be enough oxygen coming in from the breast fold and that piece of skin. So he actually had to go through the areolas. Again, just like, trust your surgeon. I trusted in him fully. I don't think there could have been anyone else that would have really understood my type of breast, and the result that I ended up getting was absolutely incredible. Like, I am so happy in my body. I think it has to do with a lot of things. I think mentally I've changed a lot, the way that I see myself, the way that I perceive beauty, but also I'm just so happy to be in my body again and to have like this is me, this beautiful vessel of life, and I feel very grateful. As far as cost, I was kind of thinking with Dennis, I believe total it was anywhere from $6,500 to $7,000. Definitely a very pricey surgery. It's a very intense surgery. You are literally in there for 3 hours at least. Usually, you know, when you get your breast implants in, it's usually like, I don't know, I think it's like 45 minutes to like an hour. It's not even that bad. But when you get them out, they're removing the capsule. They have to really clean out the chest wall. It's a lot more rigorous. As far as how long was the recovery process, the surgeon told me that I would be fully like recovered and ready to start exercising and lifting things and, you know, doing things after a month. But I truly felt that I was like 100% after around like the month and a half mark to 2 months. And even now, like, they say that, you know, internally I'm still really healing, and my skin is still mending, and my muscle is like, you know, readjusting itself. I've also heard that it could take anywhere from like 6 months, but fully I would say a month, you are ready to kind of, you know, slowly start picking up things. Once I got the surgery, I was shocked at how much I actually use my chest muscle, you guys. Like, it is crazy. Even to go to the bathroom was a struggle. I had to have Dennis wipe me multiple times. It was intense. Getting in the bed was so hard. It was like 2 people. One person had to hold my back. The other person had to grab my legs because it was so painful. Like, this was 100% more painful than ever getting implants in. It was excruciating. It was very painful. Definitely be sure that you have someone there that can help you, even like feeding wise. They had to help me feed myself because going like this was excruciating. Like, I literally could not do it. If you're gonna be traveling from out of state, I would definitely say don't take heavy luggage and have someone with you. There was no way in hell I could have carried my own bag, even my own purse. How painful was the surgery? As I said, it was way more painful than putting my implants in. It was a tough surgery, so just be ready for that mentally, physically. So somebody asked me, compare your routine with breast implants versus without. How do you feel when you got your implants when you were 19 compared to now? So the reality is everything is different. Number one, with my implants in, I just felt tired all the time. I felt like my face was inflamed all the time. I didn't feel like myself, brain fog. I couldn't really talk straight. I was very anxious. I had panic attacks, all of this stuff. Without my implants, I feel like Natalie again. I literally do. I don't have any type of neurotoxins on top of my most precious organs. As far as sleeping on my chest, which I always love to do prior to getting my implants, it is so much better. I literally could not sleep on my chest. Like, yes, I could, but if you can just imagine like this is like, you just feel tightness, you know, with your skin, and this just doesn't feel very good. No matter how soft and gooey and squishy these are, it doesn't compare to real boobs, which, by the way, like, my boobs are actually jiggling now, which I know that's kind of weird, but I think that's important to say. Like, they move. You know, I did get a little bit of stretch marks because of it, but I'm like, whatever. It's like, it's the least, honestly. I'm so happy with the results. I'm happy with how I feel. I'm just happy that I'm me, myself again. Also with exercising, it is very different. I will say, when I had my breast implants in, if you think about it, like, your skin is being stretched to fit something that is foreign to you. So I remember like doing some yoga poses, and I would feel just like a lot of tension right in this area where I couldn't like totally bend my hand backwards, just because like too much of the skin was stretching. And I've also really just enjoyed wearing like little lacy bras and cute stuff. I'm not wearing any type of push-up bras at the moment, just because I'm like, I don't know, I've just learned to kind of accept the person that I am and who I am, and I almost feel like even doing that a little bit might start to like skew my perception again, and I just want to really embrace to the fullest the person that I am. Somebody asked, did you lose feeling in your breast after getting the implants in? The answer is yes. Around my areolas, it felt uncomfortable. Like, it almost feels like that skin is sleeping, and if you go like this, like, you kind of feel like the static, but you don't really feel it. And I just think that feeling of not being able to, like something's asleep, is very strange to me. So I did lose some sensation. As far as now, do feel like I feel a little bit more, like my breasts are kind of like reviving. And one thing that the surgeon does tell you after surgery is what you have to do is just touch your breast a lot. You have to touch your areolas and touch the entire breast tissue to really get that, like, to wake up a little bit. I massage my breasts a lot after explant, and I have more sensation now than I did when I had my implants in, which is really great. How did you get the courage to tell your story? Honestly, this is like a question that, it wasn't a question for me. Like, I can't explain it. To me, this was such an obligation. This was like my duty. This was something that I had to do, as hard as it was to do, as hard as it was to open up to all of you about, you know, everything, A, B, C, and D. I was like, no, I have to educate my audience on what my story has been, and then, you know, you guys do whatever you want with that. You can take it. I'm not here to remove a choice. You can still do whatever you want. I just wanted to simply just educate. That was always the intention behind it all. So to me, it was just kind of like, there's no choice. Like, you have to do it. So I think just knowing that gave me that courage. And also, I just felt like my entire healing process would not be finished until I shared that. Like, I genuinely felt that way. Can you imagine knowing something that is so great, that can help so many people, but you're afraid to do it? Like, wouldn't you want to tell your friend? Wouldn't you want to tell your mom about it? Wouldn't you want to tell, you know, your neighbor about it? Like, that was the way I felt, and I literally felt like it was my obligation to do it. How did Dennis react to the whole situation? Dennis has, he has been like literally absolutely incredible. What's the word? I don't know, like my rock, like inspiring, makes me feel good, never made me feel bad about it. And I just thought that would be so interesting to do for a separate video. So I'm actually doing that on the vlog channel, Natalie and Dennis Show, our vlog channel. I wanted to just really open up about what his perspective was on, you know, like what a husband's perspective was, a male's perspective was on this whole surgery procedure, explant, seeing your wife with implants, seeing her without, and then really just seeing her body as it is. I think it's a really incredible thing. And so if you guys are interested in that video, I'm definitely going to link it down below. I think it's remarkable. How does it feel not having breast implants anymore? I feel like I want to scream to the heavens, hallelujah. That's how it feels. Like, I feel incredible. I don't miss it at all. I don't regret it at all. That was another questions that a lot of you asked, like, do you regret now explanting your breast? I don't. Honestly, I just have such a different point of view now on this. Like, I literally can't believe this silicone was inside my body. Like, I was carrying this every single day. This is heavy, you guys. A lot of you were asking me what has been the hardest part through this whole situation, and The toughest thing has honestly just been accepting myself. But strangely enough, it wasn't that hard once I removed them. It was kind of like the process leading up to it. Like, okay, do you think I can do this? Like, I would ask myself, like, is this something that, you know, will your self-esteem be completely crashed? Like, tell me, like I would like talk to myself and be like, I think we could do this, but it's going to be tough. And, you know, knowing that you went in to change that side of you because of your deformity and blah, blah, blah. It was like a whole ordeal, but that was definitely the hardest thing, just like accepting myself. And surprisingly, it's been very simple. I don't know if it's been God or if it's just been like the group of people that I've been around, or just like literally the fact that I've changed so much as a person from what I was when I was 19 to now being 25. Like, it's drastic. I love the person I am now. I don't know, I can't say it any other way. Like, I've never been more confident in myself. I think I captioned an Instagram post, my breasts now are saggier than they were. They have stretch marks. The skin is a little looser, blah, blah, blah. But I'm way more confident than I was when I had like tits up to my chest. Like, literally just everything's different. And then I also received a lot of questions about how did I learn to finally like love my boobs, love my body, have confidence in it. Honestly, it's not like a quick answer. It's been a complete journey. I think there have been a lot of affirmations amongst all of that, like looking at myself in the mirror and being like, you're fabulous, you are more than this, you know, this is just skin. Like, at the end of the day, like, you are an incredible human being, you're smart, you're intelligent, you have this to offer to the world, you're magnificent, you're your biggest asset. Like, just a lot of self-affirmation. I would say also surrounding myself with empowering people, and that doesn't always necessarily mean in person. I mean, like, I've been reading great books, I've been listening to incredible podcasts, I've been following people on social media that build me up as opposed to tear me down. I've just really been focusing on like, okay, what am I taking in? You know, because I think a lot of the times we forget like the perception of the life that we have all comes through what we're seeing, what we're hearing, what we're even saying at times. And so I just want to make sure that every aspect of that is a very positive one towards myself. There's no need to beat myself down about this. If anything, I'm stronger, I'm more incredible, and I have a story to tell. You know, I have scars on my chest to tell, and this is my story, and this is my life, and I've learned to accept it, and I've learned to love it, really. Family's reaction to the surgery. So my parents, I think, you know, when I told them about it, I think I cried, definitely. Yeah, I was like, I'm so sorry because I know that this is something that you guys didn't want me to do and I went against your will, and they were just very accepting about it, and they were like, you know, we trust you because we don't even really know. Like, we believe you, but we don't even know because we've never heard that like implants cause this type of illness. And so somebody asked me, do you think the FDA will listen to women and stop producing breast implants someday? Now, I would say to that, you know, I hope they would listen, but I think like with anything, my intention here was never to remove a choice, because as I said in the video, I don't want to be the person that is removing a choice for someone, like for instance, someone like myself who had a deformity, or someone like a breast cancer survival woman who had to have her whole chest wall cleaned, and she believes that the best option for her is breast implants. I'm here to just simply educate, similarly to the way that they did for, let's say, cigarettes, right? Where smoking used to be considered okay. You know, there's a type of black box listed on them. There's a lot of just repercussions and disclaimers on these products. And so I think that's what the FDA should uphold to, after hearing all of these hundreds of thousands now of testimonials from women who are sick and then they explant and they are a lot better. A lot of you also asked the shape of my breasts now compared to before. Now, the interesting thing about this is, like, it's hard to say, and I was mentioning this like in a vlog, because like the way that I thought of myself before really could change the perception of me now. So like for instance, you know, my breasts I feel are somewhat very similar to how they were before, but obviously different. They have stretch marks, like I said, they're saggier, like I said, and they have a little bit more fullness at the bottom that they didn't have before. I don't know if that's due to what the doctor did before I ever got breast implants, because he opened up the pocket, or I don't know if it's due to like the pressure of the implant being there, or again, it really doesn't matter. Like, the point is, I love myself now. I now love myself then as well, if that makes sense. I've looked at pictures of myself then and I recognize, holy cow, like I was beautiful and I was okay, and I still love that girl, but I know that this is me now. I don't really sit around too much to think of like, this is how they were before, this is how they are now. Like, this is just what it is now, and I'm very content with it, and I'm very happy with it, and continue to love my body. Were you scared to see yourself without the implants? I was absolutely mortified. I was absolutely terrified. That was one of, like, obviously surgery is very scary, but that was like a big thing. I was like, oh my God, what is it gonna look like? You know, the day before the surgery, I went to the doctor and he was telling me how he really recommended me to like get a breast lift because of the shape and because of everything. And he was like, this breast right here may point down. I saw some comments that you guys were like, well, he probably was just saying it because he wanted money, but I genuinely don't think that. My condition was tougher than most, I would say, like when it comes to him doing surgeries. And so I really took that like to heart. And, you know, me and Dennis talked about it, and we came to the conclusion that we wanted to have kids, so it's fine. Whatever outcome it was, it's fine. I just didn't want to be that invasive with my breasts. Absolutely terrified. And as you guys saw in this video, like, it was one of the scariest things I've probably ever had to do, because I was like, holy cow, like I'm going back to that girl that I once was, but I can't remember how she was. I can look at pictures, but I don't know what she's gonna be like now because I've had this in my body for a certain amount of time. Like after that, there's no going back, really. Like what was I gonna do? I can't put on implants anymore because I know the harm that it does to my body. Like there's just no way. I also saw questions on, will you be able to produce milk and feed a baby normally? Now, I don't know. Honestly, that is something that we'll have to wait and see when I have kids. I really hope so. That was also a big concern of mine, like having implants, is you never truly know. I believe it's like MRIs or mammographs can't even tell if this is ruptured. I was scared of having this in my body and then feeding my child, and then who knows, like maybe I'm feeding them silicone. I don't know. Those are just like scary thoughts that you have as a person. Also, with my deformity, I have also seen and I've done research on how a lot of people with that condition can't breastfeed. The two surgeries I've had have gone through my areolas, like getting them in and getting them out. So they might have cut some type of, you know, milk duds or something in there. I don't know. Honestly, I'll have to keep you guys posted and let you know, or really just let you know. I hope that I can, but if I can't, I'm not gonna kill myself over it. It's fine. I would have loved to have experienced, you know, that connection of being able to feed your kid, but if I can't, I know life will be okay. What size are you now? So I don't wear cup sizes anymore because, like I'm saying, I've just learned to kind of accept who I am and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure I'm like a 34A again, maybe a 34B now. I don't know, I just feel like I'm a little fuller than I was when I went into surgery the very first time. Also, it was 5 years, you know, maybe I grew within that. I don't really know, but I would say I'm like a comfortable small 34A. Yeah. What was your family's reaction when they saw the video for the first time? I was really scared for that because, as I said in the video, like this was something that not a lot of people, like no one really knew about other than me, myself, and I guess my mom. And then throughout, you know, the time, Dennis and my dad and stuff like that, but it wasn't something that like my family really understood. I remember my dad called me the day after I had posted the video, and he was like, man, like, why didn't you tell us? I never knew you felt this way. It was hard for me to watch that video, and he started crying, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I knew it would have that type of effect on them. I guess it just kind of opens up your eyes that you truly never know what someone is going through. Like you truly never really know, which is why it's so important to always ask people like, are you okay? Like, how can I help? I'm here to assist you in anything that you need, because you just never know. I was really depressed. I was a little suicidal. It was hard for them to watch. I've also had a lot of family members in my family come up to me and be like, you don't understand how much I identified with this video. You don't understand how much it resonated. It's crazy. I wish I would have had someone growing up to have talked to about it. I would have never suspected it would have been my own cousin. It's been really cool, I guess, to share it, especially because a lot of people in my family have had surgeries or just like implants or any type of things, you know, and they've all responded to the video very curiously and very like interesting. Never thought about this, but this kind of connects in some way, and I'm just happy to start a conversation, really. Finalize, I just wanted to answer this question. Do you plan on participating more in this, like a fundraiser about this? And the answer to that is yes. This will continue to be my story. I pretty much have this on my sleeve. I've shared it with you guys. You know, you guys know about it now. If there is something that I want to really get into, is I would love to do some type of like documentary on this, like on Netflix or something like that. I'm very passionate about that right now. I would love to work on side projects like fundraising for women that urgently, desperately, and really critically need to remove their implants for A, B, C, whatever reason. I would love to do that. I don't even know how to do all of that. But then again, a lot of things that I never knew in life, you know, I go after, I research, I connect with people, and I make it happen. So I definitely think this won't be the last of this topic that you guys will be seeing from me. I know I've also gotten questions on like, okay, is your channel now like an all boob channel? And of course not, like absolutely not. I just thought this is very, you know, this is what has been happening in my life for the past, God, I don't know, years. And in the past recent months, it's been really affecting me. Natalie's Outlet has always been a reflection of my creative space, my safe space, my creative outlet. And I always want it to be like that for you guys as well. So I just want to be true to what I'm going through and what I love in my life. Just like any person in life, we change, we grow. If I'm not doing hacks or pranks or beauty busters or anything like that, it's because I want to experiment. I want to have some fun with my channel and do something else. And I definitely deserve to do that. Like at the end of the day, Natalie's Outlet was created to be everybody's creative outlet, because there's no apostrophe in Natalie's, and an apostrophe stands for ownership, and I didn't want this to just be my personal outlet. I wanted it to be everyone's personal outlet. But at the same time, if I'm not really happy and connecting with the content that I'm making, I sure as hell know that I will not be connecting with you guys in that way that I have always aspired to. So I don't know, I think there's gonna be a lot of changes for this channel, and I'm really glad that there is. You know, there obviously will be aspects of it that will be the same, but I think I'm gearing into like the direction of my soul and my heart. I don't know, that may be cheesy, but we'll wait and see. Just want to thank you guys again for watching, for listening, for sharing, whatever you've done to interact with this type of video, this type of content. Thank you so much. If there are any questions, of course, that I missed or that I didn't answer, please be sure to, you know, comment down below. I'm going to do my best to go through all the comments, or send me a DM on Instagram or on Twitter. I'm literally always on there talking to you guys. You guys get shocked like when I reply back, and I'm just like, I spend a lot of my time interacting and engaging with you guys. It's a huge part of my day and just like my everyday routine. So that's that. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have yet to subscribe, please be sure to subscribe and join the family. And I just want to wish you guys an amazing day. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. I don't know. Bye.